Shalom Akim. Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Radash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. I have this experience I want to share with you, brothers, and I hope through the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, it is edifying. So this occurred a night or two ago, and this was the wee and the early hours of the morning. We're talking about maybe 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And my daughter had already went upstairs and went to bed, but I was sleepy and I was walking to my bedroom. But before I got to her bedroom, I went and checked on her, as any good father would. She's sleeping. I walked to my bedroom and I'm sleepy and I'm kind of falling asleep, but I make my way to the bed. And in my mind, I was praying. And looking back on the situation, I was not saying this prayer with force, not being very deliberately. I was just sort of haphazardly doing it. And I didn't finish the prayer. And then I fell asleep, right? And a few minutes into this, me being asleep, a demon begins to vex me. And I'm being fully transparent with you, Akim. He's talking to me in the voice of my daughter. And in my spirit, as I'm waking up, I knew it was not my daughter. And before I can get my eyes all the way open, as I'm focusing on this entity, if you will, the spirit that's from the left-hand side, it's a shadow figure. And I can see his shadow fading out of the room, right? So immediately I jump up and I rebuke the spirit in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, right? In the prayer that I meant to say with zeal, with enthusiasm, with vigor, I said it then. And the Lord has to allow these situations to happen to us to make us comprehend what we're dealing with in the spirit. Because the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, all right? And prayer is a mighty weapon, and we cannot BS around with our prayer life. Let me come out of this, and let me grab a few precepts here, right? Let's go to the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 21, and it reads, "No man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house." Something that we all have to remember is these evil spirits on the left-hand side, they're always on their job. And we ourselves are likened unto a house that they're always going to revisit. One, first to see if he can regain access. Then if he can, he's going to go and get a legion. How do we know? Matthew chapter 12, verse 43 through 45. When an impure spirit comes out of a man, it goes through arid places seeking rest, and it does not find it. Then it says, "I will return to the house I left." That house is us, all right? Remember, we're the heads of our families, so we're going to be under more demonic attack than anyone else's, especially should we be of the elect, all right? Let me read it again. Then it says, "I will return to the house I left." When it arrives, it finds the house unoccupied, swept, clean, and put in order. Then it goes and takes with it 7 other spirits, more wicked than itself, and they go in it and live there. And the final condition of that person is worse than the first. This is how it will be with the wicked in this generation. And as we can see, the niggas in the world, they are waxing worse and worse. You understand? The devil's not concerned about them. He already has them. All right? The enemy eyes is on the elect, the hopeful elect. He wants us, Akim. I'm going to say it again. We cannot BS around with our prayer lives. All right? Let me come out of this here. On our spirits walking around, absolutely. This is something I deal with frequently, brothers. And I know you brothers do too as well, man. Job chapter 4, verse 15 through 16. Then a spirit passed before my face. The hair of my flesh stood up. It stood still, but I could not discern the form thereof. When I opened my eyes to see the spirit, I couldn't discern his form. Brothers, I kid you not. It was a shadow figure. All right? But I knew that it was an angel from the left-hand side. And I wasn't afraid. I wasn't afraid. I got up and rebuked it. We start over at verse 16. It stood still, but I could not discern the form thereof. An image was before mine eyes. There was silence, and I heard a voice saying, and what was ironic, the Spirit was talking to me in my daughter's voice. It was attempting to have a conversation with me. But like I said before, my daughter was sound asleep, man. And even when I got up to rebuke the Spirit, I walked towards it and turned on the light in the hallway and checked on my daughter again, and she was still sound asleep out there. The spiritual world is real, right? But those of us in this truth, we already know that. We come out of this here. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 17 through 19. It tells us, pray without ceasing. You should go to sleep praying, wake up praying, praying throughout the course of your day. All right? Pray without ceasing. In everything, giving thanks. The water Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. For this is the will of the Most High and Yahushai Hamashiach concerning you. Quench not the spirit. You know? And that's what one of my many takeaways from a few nights ago. The Spirit is on you to pray, pray with zeal, pray with vigor, pray with enthusiasm. Well, the scriptures tell us to come bold to the throne of grace. How do we do that? With prayer and supplication. Hebrews chapter 14, verse 16. Salaka, even now it's 2:21 in the morning. Hebrews chapter 4, verse 16. Let us therefore come boldly to the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace in the time of help. Right? I'm going to read that again. Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need. We come from here, man. This is Philippians chapter 4, verse 6. It reads, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and supplication, by prayer and petition. To prayer means to beg. Make your request known to the Most High. By prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to the Most High. You see that? Let me come out of this here. We'll finish here, Akim. Mark chapter 11, verse 24. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it. After I got up and rebuked that spirit, I said that prayer of protection. I believe that I received it. There was no wavering, no doubting. There can't be any doubting in you, even when you rebuke spirits. You understand? Don't waver. But the scripture tells us without faith, it's impossible to please the Most High. Let's read that again. Mark chapter 11, verse 24. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. I know I said this a few times already. You can't be lackluster. You can't be underperforming. Think about the people you pray for. Think about the families you pray for. Think about the beloved brothers and sisters and their families, their children you pray for. Your prayers could be keeping demons off of them. Your prayers are keeping demons out of your household, Akim. All right? Be zealous in your prayer life. Call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Shalom.